Alrighty, folks, I'm feeling great on a Monday morning, and I think you probably know why. We cashed in on 5 premium selections on my website yesterday. We had Seattle, Texas, Minnesota. We also cashed in on 2 separate run line parlays, and the only way you could have accessed all of my premium selections is to be a chairman member on my website. Now, my chairman package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. It gives you access to every single personal play of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. Now, if you don't need all of my premium selections, but you still may be interested in maybe one a day, you may want to think about signing up for my $1.99 daily best play. It gives you 1 premium selection of mine every single day for the next 30 days. It's only going to cost you just $1.99. The math works out to be just 6 cents a day. Now, I currently have over 540 members who are signed up and active on that site right now. And with that, folks, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to start off with the Dodgers at the Padres, 4:10 p.m. East. San Diego's $1.30, totals 9. Seth Lugo for San Diego, Tony Gonsolin for Los Angeles. Now, Gonsolin's 6-4 in the year with a solid 1.15 whip. The Dodgers have also been producing all kinds of runs on the road. They're scoring more runs a game away from home than any other lineup in the National League. Freddie Freeman's got the second highest OPS average in the National League. He's also in the top 5 in the entire league in both batting average and RBI. Meanwhile, Mookie Betts, he's also in the top 5 in the majors in OPS and home runs. They're facing Seth Lugo, who's got a losing record despite a handful of good outings. As a matter of fact, the Padres took the loss in 8 out of their last 10 Seth Lugo starts. And most of that is due to some poor hitting. They're in the bottom 10 in hits per 9 at home. And in their last 10 meetings with the Dodgers, the Padres have been held to under 3.3 runs a game. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. 4 out of San Diego's last 7 at Petco Park fell under the number. They also went 60% to the under in their last 10 meetings with the Dodgers. Give me the Dodgers, plus $1.10, under 9. Next matchup, Marlins Reds, 6:40 p.m. East. Miami's $1.35, totals 10.5. Yuri Perez for Miami, Brandon Williamson for Cincinnati. And out of 68-plus innings, the lefty Williamson has recorded only 2 losses. Despite a real bad week this past week, the Reds still do a nice job producing runs at home. They're in the top 10 in the bigs in runs per game on their own diamond. Spencer Steer's the club leader in hits. Matt McLain's hitting .302. They're facing a Marlins club who's on a 4-game skid themselves. They also took the loss in 7 out of their last 9. Miami was actually shut out twice during that stretch, and that really shouldn't come as much of a surprise. The Fish are a bottom 5 run-producing team in the National League. They average just 3.1 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with the Reds. Now, injury-wise, Jazz Chisholm is questionable for Miami. Johnny India banged up for Cincinnati. The Reds' last 3 at the Great American Ballpark fell under the total. They also went 60% to the under in their last 10. Miami saw the under cash in 6 out of their last 10 themselves. Give me the Reds plus $1.15, under 10.5. Next ball game, it is going to be Twins at the Tigers, 6:40 p.m. East. Minnesota's minus $1.65, totals 8.5. Pablo Lopez for Minnesota, Joey Wentz for Detroit. Now, Wentz is just 2-9 with an ERA in the 6s. The Tigers have also struggled at the dish. They're scoring only 3.8 runs a game at Comerica Park. They're going to face Pablo Lopez, who's been a strikeout machine. The righty's punched out 165 batters. He has a 1.12 whip. Now, these Twins pitchers also allow fewer hits a game on the road than any other staff in the American League. Buxton, Gordon, Kirilloff, Lewis, and Miranda are all still out for the Twins. Meanwhile, for Detroit, Javi Baez is questionable. Now, the Tigers averaged just 3.6 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with Minnesota. They also saw 3 out of their last 5 at Comerica Park stay under the line. Minnesota, on the other side, has gone 60% to the under in their divisional road games this year. Give me Minnesota minus $1.65, under 8.5. Next game, Nats, Phils, 6:40 p.m. East. Philadelphia's 215, totals 9.5. Ranger Suarez for Philadelphia, Trevor Williams for Washington. Williams has a losing record and an ERA close to 5. And in their 29 divisional contests this year, the Nats got the W only 10 times. They're taking on a Phillies team who does hit the ball well at Citizens Bank Park. And in their last 10 meetings with the Nationals, Phillies averaged over 7 runs a game. Bryson Stott leads the club in batting average and hits. Alec Boehm's got the most RBI in the lineup. Philly got the W in 3 out of their last 4 Ranger Suarez starts. Brandon Marsh is out for the Phils. Christian Pache still inactive as well. The Phillies' last 3 straight at the bank got over the total. They're also 60% to the over in their last 10 at any location. Give me the Phillies minus 1.5, over 9.5. Next ball game, Braves, Pirates, 7:05 East. Atlanta's minus 280, totals 8.5. Spencer Strider for Atlanta, Ozzie Beto for Pittsburgh. Now, Beto's got an ERA in the 5s along with a 1.52 whip. Meanwhile, at the plate, the Pirates, well, they just don't hit very well. They're a bottom 5 hit-producing team. They're facing Spencer Strider, who's got over 200 strikeouts and a 1.09 whip. And no real shock here, folks. Strider comes into today's contest with an impressive 12-3 record. And even if Strider struggles here today, the Braves are a top 3 run-producing ball club. No shortage of hits and runs for these guys this year. Of course, a lot of that is thanks to Ronald Acuna, who has the highest OPS average in the National League. He also has the second highest batting average in the National League as well. Meanwhile, Matt Olson leads the entire big leagues right now with 97 RBI. Atlanta went 60% to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh saw 3 out of their last 5 at home get over the line themselves. Give me the Braves minus 1.5, over 8.5. Next ball game, Cubs, Mets, 7:10 Eastern first pitch. The New York Mets are minus $1.20, totals 9. Kodai Senga for New York, Drew Smyly for Chicago. The Smiley's punched out 104 batters, and he's got 8 wins on the season. Now to Smiley's last 7 starts, the Cubbies touched home plate only 50, actually, not only, I don't know why I said that. Out of Smiley's last 7 starts, the Cubbies touched home plate a whopping 53 times. Nico Horner, he's the team leader in RBI and hits. Jeimer Candelario, he is 12 for 21 through a handful of games with his new ball club. Now they're facing a dismal Mets team who lost their last 6 straight. They got shut out twice during that stretch. Now the Mets have also been terrible at the plate in Flushing, Queens. They're averaging under 7.2 hits a game at Citi Field. Now to Kodai Senga's last 8 starts, the Mets took the loss 5 times. 3 out of the Mets' last 4 in Flushing, Queens fell under the total. Meanwhile, the Cubs saw their last 3 straight road games stay under the line. Give me the Cubs plus $1, under 9. Next contest, Royals, Red Sox, 7:10 Eastern start time. Boston's minus $1.90, totals 10. Brian Bayo, for Boston. Cole Reagans for Kansas City. And out of 36 road games against American League opponents this year, the Royals got the W only 8 times. They're averaging just 3.4 runs per contest in their travels. And no real surprise here, they're a bottom 3 hit-producing lineup on the road in the league. Now they're facing an 8-win Brian Bayo, who's got an ERA in the 3s. And when it comes to offensive production, these Boston batters love hitting at Fenway. They're averaging double-digit hits a game in Beantown. Jarren Duran hits .308. Masataka Yoshida's the club leader in hits. Connor Wong's questionable for Boston. Salvi Perez questionable for KC. The Royals' last 4 straight on the road did get over the number. They're also 80% to the over in their last 10 at any location. Now, Boston averaged over 6 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with Kansas City. Give me Boston minus 1.5, over 10. Next game, Blue Jays Guardians, 7:10 Eastern first pitch. Toronto's $1.25, totals 8.5. Hyun-Jin Ryu for Toronto, Gavin Williams for Cleveland. Now, Williams has recorded just 1 win on the season. He's got a 1.34 whip. And even if he does throw well, the Guardians are one of the worst offensive teams at home in the game. These guys are scoring only 3.7 runs a game at Progressive Field. They're facing a Toronto team who won 4 out of their last 5 themselves. And they scored 30 total runs during that time frame. Now, the Blue Jays are also one of the best road-hitting teams in the game. They're averaging just about double-digit hits a game in their travels. Whit Merrifield's hitting just about in the 300s. That's Whit Merrifield. Whit Merrifield. I said Whit Merrifield, like I'm saying Louisville. Whit Merrifield. He's hitting just about in the 300s. 52 RBI on the season for Whit. Meanwhile, Vlad Guerrero's got a club best 69 RBI. Kevin Kiermaier's questionable for Toronto. Bo Bichette still out. Meanwhile, for Cleveland on the other side, Josh Naylor and Tyler Freeman are out for them. 7 out of Cleveland's last 10 ball games fell under the total. Meanwhile, Toronto went 8-2 to the under in their last 10. Give me the Blue Jays minus $1.25, under 8.5. Next matchup, Rockies Brewers, 8:10 Eastern first pitch. Milwaukee's the $2.30 favorite at home, totals 8.5. Freddie Peralta for Milwaukee, Peter Lambert for Colorado. The Lambert's recorded only 2 wins on the season with an ERA in the 5s. The Rockies are also one of the lowest run-producing teams on the road in the game. They're facing Freddie Peralta, who's got 138 strikeouts and a 1.25 whip. And even though the Brewers don't accumulate a lot of hits, they do still manage to get base runners. They're in the top 3 in the National League in walks per 9 at home. Christian Yelich has walked 53 times this year. He's the club leader in RBI and hits. Meanwhile, Willy Adames, he has the second most walks and RBI in the lineup. Winker and Tellez are still out for Milwaukee. Blackman and Bryant are out for Colorado. 6 out of Colorado's last 10 meetings with the Brewers got over the number. Meanwhile, the Brewers went 60% to the over in their last 10. Give me Milwaukee minus 1.5, over 8.5. Next contest. Yankees, White Sox, 8:10 Eastern first pitch. The Yankees are minus 165, total 7.5. Garrett Cole for New York, Dylan Cease for Chicago. Cease has a losing record and an ERA of 4.61. And even if he does throw well, the White Sox do have problems at the plate. They're a bottom 5 run-producing team at home. They're facing a 10-win Garrett Cole, who's got 157 strikeouts and an ERA in the 2s. Now, the righty's officially 10-2 on the year with a 1.04 whip. Now, these Yankee pitchers have also been tough to hit against on the road. They're allowing under 7.6 hits a game in their travels. Anthony Rizzo, he's still out for the Bombers. 3 out of the Sox last 4 at Guaranteed Rate Field fell under the total. They also went 70% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Give me the Yankees minus 165, under 7.5. Next ballgame, Giants, Angels, 9:38 East. San Francisco's $1.20, totals 8.5. Logan Webb for the Giants, Patty Sandoval for Los Angeles. The Patty's just 6-8 with an ERA in the 4s. He's also got a 1.41 whip. As a team, these guys have really fumbled the bag after shoving all in during the trade deadline. The Angels are actually on a 6-game skid, and they also took the loss in 8 out of their last 10. Now they're going to face Logan Webb, who's just 1 win shy of double digits. The righty's got an ERA of 3.45 along with a 1.08 whip. He's also struck out 145 batters this year. The San Francisco pitching staff as a whole, well, they've shown exceptional control on the bump. They actually walk fewer batters per nine than any other franchise in baseball. Mike Yastrzemski, he is still out for the Giants. Trout, Rendon, and Neto are still out for Los Angeles. 3 out of the Angels' last 4 home games fell under the total. They're also 8-2 to the under in their last 10. San Francisco went 80% to the under in their last 10 themselves. Give me the Giants minus $1.20, under 8.5. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. It's going to be in that Rangers-A's game, 9:40 p.m. East. Texas is minus 215, totals 8.5. Dane Dunning for Texas, Ken Waldichuk for Oakland. Now, Kenny's just 2-7 with an ERA of 6.52. The A's are still the worst organization in professional baseball right now, and they score the fewest amount of runs. They're facing Dane Dunning, who's tough to hit against. The righty's 9-4 with an ERA in the low threes. He's also got a solid 1.14 whip. And of course, even if Dunning struggles here today, the Rangers do have the most dangerous run-producing lineup in the American League. They're dominating in a bunch of offensive statistics this year. Adolis Garcia, he has the most RBI in the American League. Top 5 in the AL in home runs. Meanwhile, Corey Seager is hitting .348 with an OPS in the thousands. Jonah Heim and Josh Young, they are out for Texas. Noda and Perez injured for Oakland. The A's are 7-3 to the over in their last 10. They also allowed 7.9 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with the Rangers. No real surprise, the over cashed in 80% of those meetings I just mentioned. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of overs to go around. Give me the Rangers minus 1.5, over 8.5. And with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and jump into our quick pick recap. Give me the Dodgers plus $1.10, under 9. Cincinnati Reds plus $1.15, under 10.5. Minnesota Twins minus 165, under 8.5. I cashed in on 5 different premium selections on my website yesterday, and the only way you could have accessed all of those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive chairman package. The link is in my bio. Give me the Phillies minus 1.5, over 9.5 runs. Atlanta Braves minus 1.5, over 8.5. Cubs plus $1, under 9. Red Sox minus 1.5, over 10. Blue Jays minus $1.25, under 8.5. Brewers minus 1.5, over 8.5 runs. Yankees minus 165, under 7.5. Giants minus $1.20, under 8.5. With my next and final free pick for the video, give me the Rangers minus 1.5, over 8.5. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. As an added bonus, guys, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman Package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. It gives you access to every single personal play of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, guys, you also get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.